coordinators at Karlstad University. And I just wanted to show you a little bit about the university itself and the city of Karlstad, where we're at. So, see, where are we? Well, in the country of Sweden, we're in the middle southern parts of the country, right between the major cities, actually. Stockholm is the capital, Gothenburg is the second largest city, and then we also have the Norwegian capital, Oslo, right next to us. So we have about three and a half hours car drive from all of these cities, which is great because then it's easy to travel here, and you can also travel on your free time. You know, if you're in Europe, I know a lot of you want to travel, so it's nice and easy to take you somewhere else. So it's a well-located city. Let me see. This is a picture of the university taken with a drone. All the buildings that you see, the highlighted ones are our campus, so we have quite a few different buildings. The student dorms are located just outside the pictures, about 10 minutes walk from the university. And then the city itself, the city center, is about 10 minutes by bus. And there are different buses all day long, and you can just go to the bus stop and take a bus. There's not really no need for planning because there's always buses running, so that's good to know. Just some facts for you to know. Even though the university itself is quite young, I mean, the title as a university is quite young, the school itself has been around for quite some time, and it all started with teacher training in 1843. So that's also one of our major programs still today. We're quite big in teacher training. And since then, we've developed, we've grown, and then in 1999, 21 years ago, we finally got the university status. So even though we're an old school, we're quite young as a university. Last year, we had a big party to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, and the director invited all of the staff. So we were about 1,000 people at a big conference hall, had a big party to celebrate our first 20 years as a university. We have about 16,000 students. Some of them are distance students, but most of them are on-campus students. And as I said, about 1,200 people work here. We have 70 programs within different subjects, and 30 of them are master degree. So you can come here and study on any level that you're interested in. And of course, if you have the prerequisites to do so, but we have both a bachelor and master's level. Every year, we welcome about 300 exchange students, which we're really happy for. And we think this is a good way for our students as well to meet international students and get some kind of internationalizations at home. And now I'm going to try to show you a little video of the university. Let me see if I can do that.
If you're sharing your screen, you would be able to. You should be able to.
Yeah.
The audio is not working though.
Yeah, we don't have the sound.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't hear it. Maybe it would be fine if you can just describe
Yeah, let's see if I can.
something.
Yeah, it's just a song, so it doesn't really matter, but
All
it
right.
would be nice.
Cool.
Do you want me to share anyway? I don't know how to share the sound actually.
Yeah, I don't know. maybe it's not the future, but anyway, you can show it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have it on internet, you can copy the link on the top and then send it by message here in the WebEx.
Yeah. I sent you, Matthias, I sent you the whole presentation, so the links are in there as well.
All right. Yeah, we will share it with the students later. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I can show you anyway, just so you can see what the university looks like.
Right. Right.
Oh, nice campus.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the
Yeah,
for
and
the
lots of friendly people.
yeah. So let's see if I can go back to the presentation. Here we go. So I'm sorry about the sound, but at least you got to see some pictures of what it looked like. We have a lot of different courses for you to study, of course. They're all in English. You're not allowed to take courses in Swedish unless you're a native speaker, so it would be everything in English. Every year, you can see some of the subject areas on the presentation, but every year, every semester, we update and upload all the new courses for that specific semester on this website that I've also put in the presentation. So you can get that when you get the whole presentations from your coordinator. You can just click on that link, and then you will always see the most recent and updated course list with all the courses in English for exchange students. So when it's time for you to apply, you just have this list and you choose from any course that you want to study. That's within your subject area, or if you have specific requirements from your programs, of course, what you need to study. So it's quite easy to see. You can see what courses we offer. And we also try to have the list for the upcoming semester. So now we try to have both fall and spring. So you can see a little bit ahead of time what you can study. But of course, you will get, if you apply to come to us, you would get more specific information for your semester. But then at least you know you can go to our webpage and have a look.
Excuse me?
Yes?
I have a question. So there's a minimum for us to take courses, or we can take 2 or 1 or something like that?
I mean, for us, there's no minimum, but I would think that for your home universities, there's probably a minimum. The normal amount for a student here is 30 ECTS, which is 30 European credits. I don't know how much that is in Chile.
Okay. Yeah, I think we work in credits also.
Yeah,
So
our minimum is 18, so you should take at least three 6 ECTS courses.
Okay, 3 courses. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Then before you come here, of course, we send a lot of information about how the studies work, how the university work, how the different programs work and everything. But then 1 week before the semester starts, we always have an introduction week. where we show you the campus, the city. We tell you about how the studies will work, where you can go if you get sick, all the practical information that you need. We have these introduction days. And to help us, we always have local students that we call hosts or student buddies. They take you around the city. They show you, things that you need to know as a student. They also help you with like basic stuff, how to get your student ID card, things like that you might need help with. And we also try to arrange some social activities, not only during the introduction week, but also throughout the whole semester. So we've had, for example, international dinner where all students cooked something, and then we had a buffet here on campus, and everyone brought, food from their countries, and we just shared it and had some nice drinks and music and a really nice dinner. So we try to do that with local students and with international students. We have a really nice library. That's the one you see in the picture. And I just want to mention this because it's not only a library to go and borrow books. You can also, of course, study there. You can do teamwork. You can get help with academic writing, academic English. We have an English native professor who works there at the library, so he helps students with their English. You can also get help if you need to, I don't know, how do I write a correct reference list in Sweden, for example, for an assignment, then you can go to the library. They're really friendly and helpful, so it's not just a library to go and get books. We also have something called the host families or contact families. And they're not families that you live with, but they're like your local family when you're in the country. So we assign, if you're interested, we assign you a Swedish family, and you just spend time with them. You go for dinner, you can go for coffee, for a walk, or a shorter trip maybe. But they're kind of your connection to get to know the culture and the society a little bit more. And so you can sign up for that. We on campus have several cafes and restaurants. I don't know if you noticed in the video, some of the students were eating from they had their own lunchbox and they were eating. And this is something that's quite weird or strange for foreign students, but most of our students bring their own food. We have loads and loads of microwaves and freezers freezers and I just forgot the word in English, neveras. Yeah.
Fridge.
Yeah, fridges. Thank you.
Sí,
So we have
refrigeradores, maybe.
microwaves.
Sí.
Yeah. So we have a lot of microwaves and fridges. So students basically bring their food in the morning, they leave it in the fridge, go to class, and then at lunchtime you go pick your food up and heat it in the microwave and you eat it somewhere over the campus. So that's what most students do. We have, of course, sports facilities. We have a gym. We have different group sports you can participate. It's really cheap. I think one semester is about maybe $15 American. So for the whole semester for students. So it's quite cheap. You can go to dance class. You can go to, karate, whatever you're interested in. There are different activities. And we, of course, inform you about all of this when you come here. So during the introduction week, you get all this information that you might need. And then last but not least, you're all guaranteed accommodation, which is quite nice to know. So you don't have to worry about accommodation. You apply through us and we help you and set up the contacts with the accommodation, the housing company, and you get a room about 10 minutes walk away from campus. So that's good to know. As I said before, I'm one of the coordinators, but I don't do this by myself, of course. So it's me, Susanna, Maria, and Louise. We work here and we are all in charge of different regions. So I'm the one in charge of the South American regions, for example, for the South American countries. But of course, we can all help you with whatever you need. So we have this main email, which is exchange@cow.se. So any questions, any query, anything you want to know, you can just send an email to this address and we will try to help you, of course. And then we work really closely with the admissions office, with Christian and Alexandra, because they are the ones in charge of courses, how does the admission process work, all of that. So all of us together, we work really closely. Some more pictures. I don't know if you noticed this in the video as well. The picture up in the left-hand corner is called the egg. It's a lecture hall, so you can actually, you might end up having classes in this egg, but it's also really well-known meeting point because underneath there's a cafeteria with tables and so you can hang out with your friends. So students always talk, okay, let's meet by the egg. You know, I'll see you by the egg at 5. And then, so this is like a reference point for the university students. I wanted to show you as well just some pictures of what the dorms might look like. There are several buildings. So you would basically get an apartment, which is a small bedroom and your own bathroom. And then you share a kitchen and some common areas with other students, but you all have like personal space as a bedroom and a bathroom. Might look something like this. And you do have to buy your own utilities. And that's why we take you to IKEA during the introduction week. We always ask our local students to take you there to just, you know, you take a bus and you go there and buy the most important things you need. And also there's a storage room that other students, former students, have left blankets, pillows, pants, whatever, you know, things they bought and didn't want to take back home. So that room is also quite nice. You can go there and get stuff for free. So that's good to know. But this is what a room could look like. And this is the city itself. This is the city of Karlstad. Karlstad means the city of Charles. Charles was one of the kings, so he was the one who founded the city. And as you can see, it's surrounded by water. The river that you see, that looks almost like a V, is Klarälven. It goes all the way up to Norway. And then it ends out, it's a delta, so the city is surrounded by water, and it ends in the Lake Vänern, which is the 3rd biggest lake in Europe. So it's huge. It feels like you're looking at the ocean more when you're standing by the beach. So it's a really nice green city with lots of water and lots of forest. We have about 95,000 inhabitants. So for you, that's probably a small city. For Sweden, that's a medium-sized small city. We're the capital of the region, so all of the important like authorities and everything are in the city of Karlstad as well. Our logo, I don't know if you've seen it. Our logo for the city and also for the university is a sun. It's because of 2 reasons. We are the city with most hours of sunlight in the country, but also because of this lady who was called the Sun of Karlstad. She was a waitress in the 18th century who was so known. I mean, imagine in the 18th century, there were no internet, there were no Instagram, no Snapchat whatsoever, but she was really famous all over the country because she was so friendly. She was super friendly and always smiling and nice. So she was known as the Sun of Karlstad. So she ended up getting her statue, and I'm sure if you ever come here, you will have your picture taken next to her because everyone does that. That's like the picture you have to take in Karlstad. You can do a lot of sports. Of course, hockey is really big here. If you come, you have to go to a hockey game. We have our own team, Färjestad, which is always in the 1st division in the league. We've been national champions quite a few times, so it's a nice team. You can go running in the forest. You can go biking. We have a lot of outdoor gyms. You can go skiing in winter, of course. So there's a lot of sports that you can do. Culture as well, if you're interested. We have our own opera house where you can go to musicals, theaters, ballet, concerts. etc. And of course, we have, even though it's a small city, we have quite a few restaurants and clubs. I'm sure the local students will show you those. And then nature. Sweden is really green. We have a lot of forests, a lot of trees, pine trees everywhere. You can just basically walk out your building and then you'll be in the forest. You can go, we've just written down a few things you can do. You can go on a moose safari to see moose. You can go pick different fruits, berries, everything is, we have a really, how to say, there's a law in Sweden that everything belongs to everyone, basically. So any fruit or berries that you see in the forest is for everyone to eat or to pick. It's not private. So if you want to go pick blueberries, you can just take a little plastic bag and go and get some. So that's nice. You can go fishing, you can go swimming. There are saunas right next to the lakes. So you can go into the hot sauna and then take a chilly dip in the water, go back to the sauna. And now I wanted to try to show you a video again, but let's see if it works this time. This is really short. But I wanted to show you the pictures because they're really nice.
Are you sharing it already? Because we can.
Yeah, can you see it?
No, we're still seeing the presentation. Maybe you could have to change the sharing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. As I said, this is not my.
There.
No. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yep.
No, beautiful.
There you go.
Värmland is a region where Karlstad is situated.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Right.
Okay, so do you see my presentation again now?
No. There. Yes.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Yep. Okay,
Wow.
great. So that was just a little super short video of Värmland, just for you to get a sneak peek of what it looks like. And then before I let you ask any questions, if you have any, I just wanted to teach you one word in Swedish, which is probably the most important one that you need to know, which is fika. Because fika is part of our DNA, I would say. It's part of our culture. It's part of everything we do. Fika is not just a coffee. We don't go for a coffee with people. We go for fika. And for me, as I work at a public institution, it's almost sacred. We have fika twice a day, every day. And it's always coffee and a little something, a little piece of something sweet, a cinnamon bun like you see in the picture, or a piece of chocolate or whatever it might be, but you always have time for fika, and it's really important. And I'm sure once you come here, you will see that your local friends will tell you, hey, let's meet up in the center for a fika.
Mm-hmm.
So we look forward to welcome you to Karlstad for fika. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Pueden hacer las preguntas en español. No les he dicho nada, pero hablo español también. Yo quería hacer la presentación en inglés. Si prefieren hacerlas en español, pueden hacerlas también.
Hola, a mí me gustaría hacer una pregunta. Quería saber si existe la opción de, además de estar estudiando, trabajar, como tener alguna visa que te permita no solamente estudiar, trabajar algo, no sé, en un café, por ejemplo, o algo por el
Sí,
estilo.
mira, yo sé que eso obviamente es una pregunta para migraciones. En el momento
Ujú.
cuando tenga que solicitar el visado, tienen que ser ellos que digan sí o no se puede, pero sé que en general unas horas a la semana, si mal recuerdo, creo que el límite a lo mejor son 20 horas, como una media jornada más o menos. Sí que normalmente se puede estudiar, pero no le puedo decir si para Chile exactamente, o sea, eso lo tienen que preguntar en migraciones, pero normalmente un poco sí se puede trabajar.
Perfecto. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
Hola, sí.
Sí,
Eh, yo tengo una consulta con respecto a los requerimientos que uno tiene que tener antes para poder aplicar a un exchange a Suecia.
¿A-
sí,
a-
bueno, no sé.
¿Pero a qué te refieres con los requerimientos? ¿Como desde la universidad nuestra
Eh,
o desde ellos?
claro, claro, de la universidad de nosotros, por ejemplo, algún cantidad de créditos previos, todos los inglés cursados, no sé, como ese
Ya.
tipo de situaciones.
Bueno, esa información que está en nuestro sitio web, igual, como en el fondo es más general para la postulación completa, te recomiendo que estés en la charla de hoy día a las 2, donde vamos a estar respondiendo preguntas específicas de nuestro proceso. Y si no, que también bueno, nos puedes mandar un correo específico con las preguntas, porque, claro, en el fondo la Universidad de Karlstad está dentro del gran abanico de posibilidades de universidades que tenemos en convenio, pero la postulación está centralizada por nosotros y en el fondo no, ellos o Evalena en este caso no tienen la información directa de cómo postular desde nosotros. ¿Sí?
Claro, y puedo decir, por nuestra parte, o sea, una vez que tu universidad te haya seleccionado y que sí que puedes, que cumples con todos los requisitos que tengan en Chile,
Ujú.
aquí básicamente que tengan inglés, que tengan un nivel mínimo B2, que es una referencia europea bastante conocida, que es como intermedio, alto, un B2, para poder seguir las clases, las instrucciones de los profes, etcétera. Y, y también, pues si en el listado de los cursos que he dicho antes, si pincha en cada curso, me interesa, por ejemplo, yo que sé, Business Administration, pues pincha en ese curso y ahí pone si hay algún requisito que tiene que haber dado X créditos de matemáticas o lo que sea. Entonces, si un curso tiene algún requisito, sí que lo pone en la página web. Pero aparte de ese, por nuestra parte, no hay nada más.
Ah, perfecto, perfecto. Entonces es importante igual ir a la página de la universidad para ver los requerimientos de cada curso.
Sí, pero eso ya es, digamos, el segundo paso, ¿no? Primero le tienen que
Claro,
aprobar en su universidad y luego ya
perfecto,
es sí.
claro, claro, claro. Entiendo. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Tengo otra pregunta en base a todo lo que está sucediendo hoy en día en cuanto a la pandemia. ¿Qué se hace al respecto si es que uno viaja en otoño, lo que corresponde a nosotros el primer semestre del próximo año? ¿Cómo va a funcionar eso más o menos? O sea, sé que no tienen, nadie está claro en qué es lo que va a suceder, pero ¿cómo funciona ahí en ese sentido?
Mira, nosotros para el primer semestre del próximo año no sabemos todavía, esperamos y pensamos que va a ser todo normal, pero claro, como dicen, no podemos saberlo. Solo puedo decir que el semestre de ahora, de lo que es nuestro otoño, que empieza ahora en agosto, vamos a hacer enseñanza mixta. Los estudiantes pueden venir al país, pero parte de las clases serán online, lo harán desde sus pisos, sus apartamentos, y parte serán aquí en el campus, porque por el momento todavía hay restricciones, no podemos juntar más de 50 personas en una sala, por ejemplo. Si eso será válido también en enero, no tengo ni idea. Esperamos que no. Tendremos que ir viendo cómo evoluciona todo y en base a eso, pues decir algo, pero no tengo mucha respuesta, la verdad, no puedo decir mucho más que eso, que tendremos que ir viendo y esperemos que sí, que se pueda hacer normal, pero no sabemos seguro.
Pero ahí, por ejemplo, en ese caso sería, igual existiría la opción de ir, solo que las clases no serían de forma presencial, sino que como hoy lo estamos haciendo de forma online.
Sí, o mixto, como es lo que vamos a ofrecer ahora, que
Ya.
a lo mejor tienes 4 cursos, pues uno será online, otro será en el campus, o cada curso tendrá elementos online y otros presenciales. Lo que llaman eso, la enseñanza mixta o blended en inglés, ¿no?
Ya.
Creo que la mayoría de universidades optan por esa opción ahora, porque no, por lo menos así pueden venir al país. Pero claro, no va a ser, eso también lo tienen que tener en mente, no va a ser un semestre normal, porque no podrán salir como siempre, no podrán hacer fiestas como siempre, o sea, será un poco diferente, pero sí,
Claro.
venir pueden venir.
¿Y las clases comienzan en marzo igual que nosotros o comienzan antes?
En enero, a finales de enero aquí.
Ah, perfecto. Ya. Y el tema de primavera es el primer semestre. O sea, de enero a junio, julio.
Para nosotros ese sería el segundo, o sea, nuestro año académico empieza en agosto, que lo que para nosotros es otoño, que para vosotros es al revés, ¿no?
Ah, perfecto.
Sí, es un poco, para liarlo un poco, es así, pero para nosotros empieza en agosto, que es el otoño, y dura hasta enero, y ahí empieza para nosotros el segundo semestre, que es nuestra primavera. O sea, es
Ah, ya.
al revés. Vamos al revés.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Otra pregunta con respecto a eso que dijo mi compañera anterior. Si yo quisiera ir en el segundo semestre de ustedes, o sea, como la primavera, ¿en qué
Sí.
tiempo tendría que yo inscribirme o tener lista mi postulación? Ajá.
Creo que eso lo puedo responder yo, Evalena. A ver, nosotros la postulación se hace con un año de antelación, por lo tanto, si tú quieres postular a la primavera de ellos o al otoño nuestro, deberías postular en este proceso que está abierto ahora. ¿Sí?
Ok.
Pero en general, para que lo sepan, todas las universidades, todos los programas de intercambio los hacemos básicamente la nominación o avisarle a nuestra universidad socia que ustedes van a ir de intercambio, se hace durante el semestre anterior. Porque, por eso nosotros, por ejemplo, ahora abrimos otoño 2021 y durante nuestra primavera le vamos a avisar, por ejemplo, a Karlstad que ustedes van a ir para allá y ellos lo reciben en nuestro otoño 2021. Y eso pasa con todos. De hecho, ellos también, si nos enviaran estudiantes, también nos avisarían el próximo semestre y los recibiríamos para nosotros en marzo del 2021. Así funciona.
Sí, es más que nada porque parece que no, pero es un proceso largo, sobre todo si hay que solicitar un visado, hay que hacer toda la aplicación de los cursos, el alojamiento, todo. Entonces, claro, es un proceso que lleva su tiempo. Por eso lo que dice Matías, que siempre se hace con tiempo. Mínimo eso, nos avisan un semestre antes y así ya sabemos quién viene y quién no. A ver si tenemos suerte y viene alguno.
Ojalá, ojalá.
Sí. ¿Alguna pregunta más?
Sí, no, parece que no hay más preguntas. De todas
Quizás,
maneras,
quizás quisiera preguntar sobre el costo de la vida, el costo de vivir en Karlstad.
Sí, mira, a ver si lo puedo abrir. Te mandé a ti, Matías, el fact sheet, que es la hoja informativa de la universidad en general, con así un resumen de todos los datos, y luego otra hoja que ahí tienen especificado los gastos de alojamiento, los gastos de más o menos de vivir un semestre aquí, cuánto les cuesta, pero no me lo sé de memoria, así que
Ah, bueno.
a ver si lo digo. Un momentito.
ahora, de todas maneras, si es que alguien tiene alguna consulta posterior o cualquier comentario, nos puede enviar el comentario a nosotros a nuestro correo anexointernacional@fen.uchile.cl y después, si es que es necesario, podemos ponerlos en contacto con Evalena o con alguien más en Karlstad.
Sí.
No hay ningún problema con eso.
Sí.
Exacto. Sí, si tienen alguna duda, cualquier pregunta que quieran hacer, pueden hacerlo.